Listed.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Mevo Live. I'm Joe Capar. I'm the lead technical specialist here at Mevo, and forgive me because I'm currently trying to share all of these posts to all of the different groups, so I'm a little scattered right now. I think I've got one more group to share it to. It's like a last-second thing. We always had a guy for this, and now he's gone, and it makes me sad. But thanks for tuning in. We're finally shared to all the groups. Luckily today, I am joined once again by Joseph Pisani. Hello, Joseph. And this is 2 shows in a row. I'm spoiled.
Hey, Joe. I know. The Council of Joes are running strong.
Absolutely. It's exciting stuff. Yeah, so as always, please put your questions in the chat. Me and Joseph will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. For today's show, okay, I had to double check, make sure my audio wasn't still muted. How terrible. For today's show, we are going to answer all of your questions. As always, we are going live to Facebook, YouTube, and on Twitch. For my specific setup, I am using Streamlabs OBS. I'm using a Mevo Start running wirelessly to my network. I'm also using this blue baby bottle that is going into my XLR mixer, which is a Xenix 802, and it's outputting directly to the 3.5 on the Mevo Start, and we're allowing the Mevo Start to do all the audio syncing for me, so we can avoid any of that audio issues, because that can become a mess. Well, what do you got over there going on? I know we were talking about you got tons of cables.
Yeah, so I have a pretty cool setup going on today. So I actually got the baby bottle now as well. So I'm joining you on the mic front there. Yeah, it's fantastic. I wish I can get in the frame. It's just the way my mount's working right now. So I am also running through a mixer. I'm going through a Behringer 1202 mixer. That is an analog mixer, so there's no USB connection there. That's then into the output of that is actually going into a headphone amplifier, which then distributes that signal to like 3 different Mevos. So regardless of what camera I'm using, I don't have to change any of the audio settings. I just have it coming directly from the 3.5 millimeter input of the headphone amplifier, which is pretty cool. So I have my own volume knobs for each Mevo. I can adjust that for each specific camera if I wanted to. But it also allows me to not have to change anything if I just want to change cameras. Let's say I'm using webcam, which I'm doing today. I could just click the webcam in the app and not have to worry about changing the audio.
Yeah, so it's actually interesting because we did have an extra one at the office and I was tempted to grab it. But at the same time, I'm like, do I really need more cables? But I think it's really cool that you're doing something like that because I know Will also does something super similar where he outputs his audio via NDI. Yep. So he's going directly into a single Mevo start, but his mixer goes into that Mevo start. But he can send that audio to any computer he wants by receiving it via NDI, which is super cool. It's a lot of creative things, and I know our users do a lot of really cool stuff doing things like that as well. Super fun. Why is it? No, I'm looking at the specs here, and it's like your kilobytes or your bit rate's too high, and I could have sworn we set that to 6,000. We did.
I mean, if that's too high,
then I don't want to be too low. Okay, I'm exactly where I want to be. Okay, Facebook or Restream or whoever's talking at the time. I'm getting automated messages on Slack. You gotta love them. You have to love them. Okay, cool. We are monitoring chat, so please welcome. Fred says hello. Nice to see you again, Fred. You're always a regular. It's always nice to see you. Andrew from Washington watching on YouTube. Heine from Switzerland. I apologize if I'm not pronouncing that right. If I'm not pronouncing it right, I'm very interested in how I pronounce it. If you could correct me, I'm very intrigued. Dominique says, hey, hello. Got to wave back. Use the wave emoji. It's only fair. Gordon. Hello, Gordon. Welcome back. Can't wait for the next Multicam update. I wonder what's coming next. Were you in the meeting yesterday? Was it yesterday morning? Oh, man. If you guys could be in...
Yeah. We may or may not know what's coming next.
Yeah, if you all could be in that meeting, your guys' jaws would have dropped. I mean, we knew a lot of this stuff was coming, but we didn't know when. And we still don't, so please don't ask when it's coming. But no, like the plans that Nate and team have planned for Multicam is extraordinary. You guys have to stick around and check it out. I mean, even if you don't use Multicam, use a single cam app. I highly recommend getting your hands on Multicam and just getting familiar with it because it's going to be an absolute monster of a production machine.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's, a lot of people will say to us on these shows, hey, when's the update? We haven't seen an update in a while. What's going on? It's like they've been working. Yeah. Like they've been working. So the next few months is going to be pretty wild for Mivo.
It's solid. And if you are not familiar, we do user testing. That is part of our jobs as well. So, and that's not just for Mivo. We do it for all of Logitech, our BG. So Logitech for creators, technically. So if you're interested in getting your hands into some of this user testing and you want to kind of get hands first into Mevo related updates before anyone else, or if you are interested in Blue products or any kind of products that Logitech for Creators has. I mean, we've got Blue, Streamlabs, all of those places. So if you are interested in things like that, we do typically post on occasion some surveys that you can fill out and apply to be considered. So absolutely do that if that's something you're interested in, especially the Mevo stuff. We absolutely value your opinions before they come out. A lot of people can speak on this, that we take their opinions and we apply it almost immediately because we're making these things for you. They're not for us. I mean, we do use them, obviously. But at the end of the day, the Mevo product is for the people. It's for the people.
Absolutely.
So David says, hello, but Joe Pisani, no colorful wheels spinning. I guess we can get some colorful wheels. We should get a fan and tape some LEDs to it.
Yeah. I guess I don't have any movement back here. Sorry.
Shame. And what can you do? I'm getting used to it. Joe Mevo shot. He said on Tuesday that it was his computer. It is indeed my computer. We actually have the computer. So we were talking about it. And actually, I'm kind of curious what everyone's opinion is on this. If we start doing more Logi C kind of productions, and we start talking about other products as well, what do you guys think? I mean, we want to tailor these shows to everyone, and we kind of want. I'm curious what all of your opinions are. But I do have the other computer that we grabbed from the office. So, and we were talking about potentially doing a loop stream for those who maybe didn't make it for the live stream. And I could technically, I do have my old desk over there. I could set up that secondary computer, and that's spinning too. It does have some spinning collars as well. And we could use that computer for streaming specifically and send all of our stuff there. Could be kind of cool. Kind of cool. Got DJ Mike Marquez, much love. Nice to see you, Mike, as always.
Looks like we have a question from Ron on Facebook. He says, "Where can I find the auto
Did I
director?"
overlook that entirely, or do you have Facebook open?
Nope. Restream chat is there.
What?
A couple of questions that we skipped over. It probably jumped on you.
Scrolled up. I don't see any.
I
read. Oh, there it is. Oh my gosh. Oh wow.
Well, Ron, to answer your question, if you're using the Multicam app, if you hit the 3 dots on the bottom right-hand side from the main screen, so I don't have a way to show this to you really, but it's like this, and you hit these dots here, one of those options will be the auto director. So that's on the Multicam app, and then if you go into the Mevo app, so if you look here, there's me on the Mevo app using my Mevo today. Again, hitting the ellipsis. Ellipses or 3 dots. I don't know. Ellipsis. And there's a little I with an A in it, and that's the auto director options on the Mevo 2.0 app as well. So you can get them. It's camera assistant. It's called camera assistant.
Yeah, we need a
same idea.
I don't know where that is as far as naming convention, because I thought we talked about changing it so they were the same, but I think.
Yeah, because there's autopilot and auto director, but like auto director is just switching shots. Autopilot's actually like following faces and stuff like that. So it's a little different.
Yeah, I suppose. Bring external cameras into multicam, Fred says. That'd be kind of cool. Not a bad idea at all. I do know. So we do have a couple features that we've already announced that will be coming soon. Our favorite words. And that was NDI, so that was kind of, I mean, I guess you could probably potentially do that with that. I don't know. I don't know how that looks once it's implemented. I just know that's something that, that we've publicly said is coming.
Looks like we have a question on YouTube. Juan, he just says, guys, quick question. He's running OBS similar to what we're doing today. He has 2 Mevos with NDI. He's questioning is if you're streaming to Facebook, what's the best option, NDI 1080 or 720? 1080.
Yeah, it does depend though, right? Because like if you're going to some pages or groups, and I think we're dealing with that right now, right? Let's see. No, look at that. We're 1080.
No, we're 1080.
That never happens.
Basically. Yeah, so when you do multi-destination through Vimeo, it would knock Facebook down to 720. For some reason, Restream allows us to do 1080. I don't know why there's a difference.
I'm taking. I mean, the thing is, like the Mevo app allows it too,
so, yeah.
right?
Yeah,
if you go directly from the Mevo app to Facebook, it's 1080 as well. I'm glad that it's finally 1080 because for a hot second, I mean, I guess you might be right. It might have just been the Vimeo, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, so I mean, if the destination allows you to do 1080, do 1080. Now there is kind of this, right? So currently we're in a 2-shot, right? We're obviously not using 1920 by 1080 pixels. So like if your shot's only going to be 720, like, so that's a resolution. It's not just, don't look at it as like high, medium, low. Look at it as a resolution. Like these are dimensions of what the camera angle is. So, what you're seeing, the full screen, all the graphics around us, that's 1080. So like our little windows are not 1080, although the source of them are, but we could probably send 720 and you all would not know any different simply because our windows are smaller. It's like a random math equation.
Yeah, even now, like I'm zoomed in technically on my Mevo. I'm not even full frame right now.
Let's do it. Let's do it dramatic again. It's been a long time since I've done a dramatic zoom. Now we've got an emoji with that. Oh, look at it. Glorious. Yeah, I mean, this is the full default zoom, and I look pretty good, if I do say so myself. I look pretty solid. Probably a little too
I don't mind it.
All right, there we go. Awesome. Okay, let's keep on going. We've got did Heine correct me yet? No, he didn't. He said he's waiting for picture-in-picture. Yes. I would also love to see some picture-in-picture as well. Let's go all the way out. Let's not get crazy. Yeah, no, you are behind in
Right,
the stream,
so
and like that's just what I was saying is like, so I have to watch OBS and to see when your lips actually stop because that's when they're gonna hear the audio. I'm hearing the audio beforehand, so I've got to make sure I don't talk over you. So I watched the last show and I seen that, and I think I don't know. I think Skype's NDI feature is getting worse over time, and I don't know how that's even possible, but whatever. What can you do?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely
I mean,
possible.
maybe we do with that secondary computer. Maybe we do run an RTMP server here. I've got dope, like really dope internet, so it's potential. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm curious if you default the NDI input in
Let's give it a
OBS,
go.
that actually
What does it
fixes
hurt? That's this one.
So what we're discussing for those watching is what the then going from OBS out to the streams.
Yep.
So there's definitely a couple of different avenues where my video has to go through just to even get there.
Holy cow! It fixed it.
It did, right? Yeah. So I feel like there's something going on in OBS. I mean, this is like it's so hard to pin down. This is why we bring these up because in OBS sometimes I experience this as well. Is I'll be using NDI and then it'll drift and then I'll just reset the NDI input and then all of a sudden everything's back again. So I don't know if that's an OBS issue or if that's an NDI issue. I can't figure it out. But should be somewhat should be somewhat of an improvement.
Yeah, perfect. I mean, you're doing a little bit of glitching, but I think that's just because OBS is kind of figuring it out. Now, okay, so I have seen this, right? So I have done searches on like OBS forums, and they have discussed this regularly. That there's like the keyframe interval that we talk about. There is like a buffer that it introduces when it loses, and it kind of without causing or having those slight glitches that you're seeing. Instead of doing that, it kind of fills it in and lags it out, which is kind of why the sync messes up. And that is a very well known or well documented. Unfortunately, there's like no solution that I've found. And that's kind of one of those things like you kind of have to use something like Streamlabs to get actual support because OBS is open source. Like you've got to use a forum or Reddit or something to get support from there. Let's see. Leo says, "Are you thinking of?" Oh, did I skip a bunch of stuff again?
Nope, I think you're
okay.
You're
well,
right,
there's DJ Mike as well. Do tell the Multicam because I'm using 3 outdoors. And it's amazing, and I need a Mevo mug. Yeah, so these Mevo mugs are made by Dan, and I'm gonna miss Dan. Dan left us, or is in the process of leaving us. But I've got this to memorize them, and the logo is different now. So, it's just one of those items that we can toss into the Mevo museum. Jack says, "Is it coming soon or actually?" It's both actually coming soon.
Both. Yeah.
Are we thinking this year or next year, says Leo? I don't know. I didn't see actual dates and I can't
for PIP?
Probably if that's what he was specifically asking about.
Yeah.
The exciting stuff is going to be coming towards the end of this year or beginning of next year. That's all I've got. I mean, I would say over the next 3 months. Like that's all I've got. I've got no other timeline. And if that does slip out, I'd be surprised because they've been dedicating a ton of time, but they're also working on a ton of stuff. But they're doing.
Yeah, like I could think off the top of my head about 13 different topics that they're congruently working on right now. Like
so they're absolutely doing tons of work right now. But that's why I said it was mind blowing when that presentation was given. Props to Nate and the software team for putting that together because it's amazing. Fred says, "Are you looking to make something 100%. Like Sling Studio with a hub and external cameras being able to connect?" I mean, technically, the network is what I would consider the equivalent of a hub. That's what Sling Studio is doing too, right? Like that hub is basically a local network. So as long as you got a modem or router, that is your hub. We don't want to like dictate what you need as a hub. Whereas Sling Studio, you need their hub. Which I mean, I totally get it. I bet like the customer service is probably significantly easier because there's not as many variables. It's like you're using our router, or our modem, our hub, whatever you want to call it. So I'm sure it's probably easier to troubleshoot. But we also want users to have the freedom. And the thing is like, we allow you to use Mevo as an NDI source. So by having a hub and only allowing our devices to connect to it or whatever. I don't know all about Sling Studio, so don't. I apologize if I'm misspeaking here, but I don't know how that would work with third-party devices. Whereas Mevo takes NDI and it can go straight in OBS or vMix, Ecamm, Wirecast, all those things without issue using whatever modem or router you want to use. So, I mean, I can't really do a comparison. I can't really provide much guidance, but I don't see a future where we do that, where we limit a hub or modem or router. Oh, so Heine says he streams from a car. Will Mevo connect with Discord? I do it now at 3.5 to a second mobile. Yeah. If you're using a computer, you can use it with Discord. If you're running the Discord mobile app, you can't run it with Discord. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you would need to use like
webcam. Because the webcam mode and NDI absolutely work with Discord. I've done it many a times. Juan says, awesome. Another question. Do you guys recommend NDI to connect my Mevo or the webcam mode? Thanks for the shout outs from Long Beach. Long Beach. I always get confused. I want to like now that I've lived in New York, I'm like, I want to go to Long Island. That's what I want to say every time I see the word long.
There's a Long Beach, really? Long Island as well.
How convenient. Yeah. So that's a great question, Juan. So basically, I would recommend, it depends on your use case. So if you need one camera, use wireless webcam. If you need multiple cameras and you're within a distance and you only need 720, then use wired webcam. If you need multiple cameras and you need 1080 and you need them to be wireless, or you want to run them via Ethernet, then you need to run it via NDI. There's a lot of different things, a lot of variables to take in consideration. Jose used a light bulb. See his light bulb emoji? That's nice.
Oh yeah,
I like it.
Would be nice for NDI and the Multicam app.
That
would be nice.
Big fan. Jim says,
nice.
Jim says, hey guys, I'm going live this weekend with 2 Mevos at my daughter's softball tourney in Iowa. Do I enter RT and P keys for each camera or just one at one location so both cameras will stream? All right. So, oh yeah, I mean, I guess we could go to the chat view. I always forget that we're actually running this one.
That we have all this awesome technology.
There it is. Awesome. Yeah, you should have said something earlier, man.
So to answer, I just noticed it. So to answer Jim's question, if you do I enter or no, you would if you're using the Multicam and you have 2 cameras and you're streaming to one destination, you only need to put in the RTP information once on the live screen from the Multicam app. Yeah, if you want to stream to 2 different places, then your choices kind of grow from there. If you're doing multi-destination, or if you want to have one camera go to Facebook and one camera go to YouTube, you can absolutely do that as well.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see here. Let's keep on going. Leo says yes, include other products, but maybe keep a theme of live streaming. Oh, absolutely. I mean, the goal is we're discussing content, right? We're Logitech for creators. We want to talk to creators who create content. And that's I mean, every product is based around creating content. So Mevo being a live streaming product, and almost every content that's released anymore is pre-recorded with the camera or it's live streaming with the camera. Lots of things to think about. But I'm glad you think they'd be a good idea. Ben says, hey guys, hello Ben, welcome back. Let's see here. Jonathan says it'd be cool if you could show us the most requested fixes or enhancements and allow us to vote on it. We do that. That happens. Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. So we do that pretty often. I mean, I don't know how many actually make it out to vote, but I would say probably once a quarter. Usually we're asking users to vote on what they would prefer to see first. Now, like I said, this isn't a schedule. It's kind of sporadic. But we do have discussions internally weekly. Since me, Joseph, Will, all of us, we work in tickets, we see what people want. So we're in direct contact with Nate. Nate runs the software program manager, software program manager. I don't even know what the actual title is. But he's in charge of helping prioritize those things. So he comes with us. We tell him what we see in Facebook. We tell him what we see in tickets. And then when it comes down, push comes the shove, we do regularly go to the Facebook groups and put a poll out. So it's not super uncommon to see. Fred says, hi, Ben. I like everybody knows each other. All right, let's see.
Rob says he would encourage other product discussions. Cool.
Awesome. Yep. And it's kind of cool because so obviously this is the Mevo show, but we are Logitech now. We are still Mevo product line, but we are Logitech. It is Logitech's Mevo. So, it's all Logitech products for creators. So it's all products that you would benefit from, in my opinion. So there's Lytra. They create lights. We've got Blue microphone. It's self-explanatory if you don't know who Blue is. Streamlabs, one of the highest used video switching software used on the planet for content creators. Lots of stuff. Yeah, UE I believe falls under us, so they got headphones and lots of cool stuff.
Yeah, we kind of cover the spectrum of
everything. And that was the goal for Logic. So I'm glad it came full circle.
Yeah. So David is asking. He said he would love to be a user develop. Yeah, David, reach out to us on Facebook. Just or I don't know how you want to do that, Joe.
Yeah. So keep an eye out on probably Facebook. Because we do have some user testing coming up for Mevo. And Joseph's going to be handling that. Joseph, he's above me now. He was that way, but now he's above. Anyways, he's going to be handling that for the next round of Mevo testing. So if you're interested in that, just keep an eye out, and he'll probably post soon to get some information about Mevo users.
Yeah, just so everyone knows, especially the regulars that watch this show, that's going to start ramping up the beginning of next year. We're gonna be doing a lot more because, like I said, we have a lot of stuff we want to get out, but it has to go through the correct trials and tribulations before it gets to be released. So you'll see more of that coming up in the next few months for sure. As far as David, he can only see the Facebook comments. If you're watching the show,
and the video feed itself, if you're trying to see the chat of YouTube people within the chat of Facebook, that we can't do that. But in our feed itself,
if you want to look at everyone individually,
go to
YouTube or Twitch to see the other ones.
Let's see here. Jack says, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sling Studio. We've heard of them. We know what the concept is, but they have this thing called CamLink, which connects a camera into their app. You guys should think about creating a Mevo CamLink. Connects a camera into their app.
So I've used this before. So this is where you can take like a Sony FS7. You could take a DSLRs, and basically what you do is the Sling Studio creates its own Wi-Fi network, which is I think the Sling Studio still uses like Zigbee and stuff like that. I could be wrong on that. So it basically just creates an internal network that you can connect things.
Are you talking about they use Zigbee
through the app?
That's the protocol.
Yeah. Zigbee, I think so.
That's what we used for a while until we were just we created I think they created like a protocol for just us.
Another better version. Yeah, and there's another one that I think Sling might I forget the name of it. It was years ago, but but it's not NDI, right? So that's not anything like that. But yeah, so that's something that's essentially doing the same thing the Mevo is with Multicam, right? You're just plugging different cameras in and linking them together in one app. So.
Ryan says, so coming soon on video playback. Would like to see that this year. I would have liked to see it yesterday, but unfortunately, resources don't always. We don't like. So we gotta have to have a balance, right? So if we release features as pieces, then we're sending out too many updates, and then we get negative feedback for having too many updates. So we kind of try to do them in groups, and I can't tell you when the video playback is, what group that'll be in, but we have announced that video playback is coming. I just can't tell you when, because I don't even know. So I do know it's coming. I just don't know how that's being prioritized and how it's being grouped. But yeah. Fred the Hippo says, yeah, we can connect DSLRs. That would be cool.
Yeah, that's still talking about the Sling CamLink thing. Yeah, connecting other cameras is an interesting idea for sure.
So the next question is asking how I did the dramatic zoom in the Mevo app. You just hold your finger down on the thing you want to zoom in on. You press the tortoise that pops up in the action menu, and it zooms in all slow and dramatic like. Yeah. There we go. I did it again. So it's and then you can even do the white out, and I can do the tortoise going back out as well, and it'll zoom out on me nice and slow, no hands. Look.
I can do it manually too if you want.
Jack says exactly what I'm thinking, Fred, but not with NDI. NDI is coming soon, but yeah, not NDI. Joe, how do you think? There's just so many conversations, like 2-word, 3-word conversations going on there.
Yeah, they were just going through that.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Matthew says, hey, thanks for doing this. Before the pandemic, we were using Mevo to live stream worship services, the audio for the live stream being mixed, especially for those washing. We've returned to live services, but we've not been able to get the audio to go to the Mevo recently. So then just the audio from the Mevo picking up the ambient sound is going out to live stream. Much lower quality. Any advice would be appreciated. Well, Matthew, I'm glad that you got a lot of good use out of your Mevo, specifically during the pandemic when you were live streaming, you couldn't be there in person. As far as your audio goes, there's a lot of things that could go in place with this. Unfortunately, we won't be able to go through all of them, but a few things to check out. One, what are your audio sources in the Mevo app? Are you using the Mevo Multicam app or the Mevo 2.0 app? Are you using a Mevo Plus with a boost or using Mevo Start? A lot of things you have to try to take into consideration. But if you do want some assistance, go to help.mevo.com, open up a support ticket, and we do have agents actively waiting for your tickets to be sent in. So we can go through it a lot more in depth. Unfortunately, troubleshooting here is just not possible. But I would just include that information I mentioned, and we can absolutely provide you some guidance and identify why you're running into those issues.
Yeah, for audio questions, just across the board, just tell us your signal flow, right? From the microphone, the speaker, from whatever the sound source is to the Mevo. Like, what is it going through? That definitely helps us troubleshoot some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Juan says, I heard Joseph say he uses multicam with NDI. No, you didn't. Because I never said that. But
he's passively listening.
It's not possible at this time, but it's definitely something that we are.
Yeah, we don't even have we don't even have a build that we can do that. So, I mean, there's some things that we can do in multicam that you guys can't, but that's not one of them. DJ Mike Marquez says, Joe squared, stupid question. NDI with Melon. Melon is letting me, that's another Logi product, isn't it? Melon? Melon is letting me go to Twitch and Facebook at 1080, but I'm using webcam mode, which is 720. Can I get true 1080 from webcam? You can from wireless webcam. And
yeah, if you're doing
if you're using USB, no. You can't. If you're using wireless, you can. Now, here's another thing: is that you can absolutely use NDI as well, and use NDI input, and use that as get 1080 out of that. Yep. Excuse me. Leo says, with just one Mevo, is there advantage to using OBS? I have many graphics. I mean, it depends how complex you're trying to be. If it's just static graphics, I would just use the Mevo app. But if you've got like a chat next to you, or you're bringing in somebody from Skype, probably going to need to use OBS. So there's different advantages. It just really comes down to what your workflow is. Multicam is getting really powerful as well. So I'd keep an eye out on that as well. Mm-hmm. Steve says, any plans on bringing back the Mevo 4K camera? Starts nice, but the original 4K Plus was great. No. Not that I'm aware. The Mevo Plus is discontinued. The Mevo First Gen is discontinued. Neither of them are going to be making a comeback.
Yeah, I mean that's when even when I was coming in, that was part of the topic of conversation. Is like, you had 4K, why go 1080? But the advantages of the Mevo Start over the Mevo Plus are just outweigh.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like just battery life.
100%. And I even had a conversation on Facebook last night or this morning. I can't tell. The dog's not feeling well, so it woke me up at 5 a.m. I can't tell anymore what day is what. But somebody was asking what was better, and I hate to say it, but I have one Mevo Plus in my entire room, and I've been with Mevo since before the Mevo Start, and I only have one of these, and it's not because they're hard to get. I have plenty at work if I needed them. I have one, and I just don't use it. So that product was released in 2016. Well, not the Mevo Plus, but the Mevo First Gen is basically the same thing, but the Mevo Plus has an additional Wi-Fi chip. So if you think about it this way, the original creation in hardware was released in 2016. Imagine how much time it took to develop that. So they probably started development in 2014. Now, if you think of that, Next thing you know, you've already got 7-year-old sensor that's 4K. It's just not better. You put it side by side, you zoom in, you're gonna. It's just old technology. It was time to be replaced. Let's see here. DJ Mike Marquez, request from Mevo app, bringing in movie clips. Yeah, video playback, that's on the way. It's on the way. Well, that's in Multicam, not in the Mevo camera app.
What are the 13 projects being worked on, says Ben?
It sounds like... I don't know, you can say the 4 one. Was it video playback? NDI.
Yeah. There's video playback we're working on. NDI, in and out, we're working on. Updated audio controls for the Multicam app that we could talk about. There's stuff going on with webcam. There's stuff going on with the 2.0 app as far as connections. Some of the stuff is maintenance, right? Some of the stuff is just like UI and bug fixes, things like that. But right off the bat, I mean, that's just the top.
The other one's picture in picture.
What, 6 things?
Yeah, so those are the 4 Multicam functions that we have publicly announced are coming. But yeah, I mean, there's absolutely more stuff that's going on. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. We just don't talk about it.
David saying Joe P has no delay, but Joe C has a slight one.
I'm not.
That could be.
I'm not using NDI.
OBS, NDI, a million things.
I'm running.
Also, David, that could be.
Wait, David said this the last few shows too, didn't he?
Maybe reset the feed there.
Is anybody...
Jack says, how were you able to fix that audio? So this was from earlier. So what Joe did was he just reset the NDI input in OBS, and that's what took care of it. Maybe it's a source timing thing. Maybe it's... I wonder if
it's doing it again.
If it's like the source time versus the... Go into properties and check the time and see if maybe change it to whatever it's not. So
network timing?
Source, should be something else. Yeah, maybe network timing will keep it more...
Oh no, I'm going to default you again. You're going to freeze. There you go. You're frozen. Did it freeze at the right time? That would have been kind of fun. Let's go to network timing. Let's do this. Let's give her a go. See what happens. All right, you should be back. You should be good now.
All right. Well, let's see how it goes.
We're having a good time. Everyone's smiling. Charlie says, he's talking about troubleshooting stuff. Thanks, Charlie. David says, thanks. Renzo says, can one audio source say a ride to run to okay, so you can have multiple Mevos running audio at the same time. Absolutely. You can have 3 cameras. All 3 could have audio sources, and they can all run at the same exact time. You can also choose to only have 1 of the 3 running, and it will be active during all 3 shots. Rode 2. I should just went to the next line. Can a Rode 2 run into multicam apps at the same time? Yes, you can run a Rode microphone into the Mevo starts.
You could run 3 different lob sets to 3 different Mevos and mix them in the multicam app if you wanted to. So you could do a lot with that. Jack says PIP and NDI first. You know, Jack, when Nate reached out to us, he asked us individually as far as like what would we like to see first, and those were my 2 answers. Actually, it was backwards. I said NDI before PIP because I feel like they go hand in hand, or they can go hand in hand. But yeah, no, we're on it.
I forgot to make a graphic. I've got so much going on my plate right now, but Fred's asking what's happening in December. So the December 16th show is going to be I don't know, I want to call it a blowout giveaway, but we're just going to hang out. You're going to have all of us. You're going to be myself, Joseph, and Will, and then we're going to introduce to you someone new to the Mevo CX team as well, as he kind of takes over the reins of support. We're just going to hang out. Probably, I don't know, if I can get myself a Christmas onesie, I'll probably wear that. Have some eggnog and just hang out, play some games, do some trivia, some Logitech bingo. We're trying to give out some cameras, or hardware in general. So if you need like a floor stand, or if you need a camera, or you need whatever it may be. If you win a camera and you're like, I want a floor stand, I'll give you a floor stand. That's okay. We can make that happen. Yeah. So we want to make sure we're giving stuff out. And I do know also that Logitech in general is doing a giant package giveaway, and I don't know if they've announced it yet or what the rules are or how that works. But it's going to be, I'm gonna break that rule right now. I'm just gonna let you know it's gonna be pretty cool. They're looking at doing like a giant bundle They're gonna do a giant bundle that includes like a router or modem. I think is what they're trying to get. I think that's the final piece. But then it's gonna be like a 3-pack. I think it's gonna come with a Blue Yeti. It's gonna come with the Blue Compass. I think there's gonna be a lot of really cool stuff to get somebody starting from like that's the creator set, really, to be honest. But yeah, a lot of really cool stuff coming in the holidays. So make sure you like, follow, subscribe. And with that being said, let's jump over to the referral program. If you did not know, you can go to mevo.com/referral, sign up for the referral program, get yourself a custom coupon code, name it after your organization, your, whatever it may be, your baseball team, your school, your house of worship, your business. You can save somebody 5% and earn 5% commission in the same process. Now, this is US only, but make sure you're taking advantage of it if you haven't yet, and you already are recommending Mevo, like a lot of you are, because it does not look like the traditional camera. So by default, people are going to wonder what it is. If you do like these shows and you like hanging out with us, other shows that we're talking about, Tuesdays, we have Ask Mevo Anything, which is typically a show where we use either the Mevo 2.0 app and Mevo Multicam, and we go live directly from those. And it's usually one of us, and we're doing Q&A just like right now. Thursdays, we get a little bit more in depth as we see. We have our XLR microphones. We've got Skype involved, OBS involved, NDI involved. We're doing a lot of really complex stuff, and you get more than one of us, and we get to do Q&A for that as well. And then if we do get some time where the chat slows down, we will do some demonstrations and discussions and announcements. And like December 16th, we're going to play some games. So we're going to try to keep the Q&A a little lighter on that day, and we're going to try to, just hang out and play some games. That's not what I want. This one. There we go. Perfect.
All right. Nice. Good job. So a couple of things. Rob is coming in. He's going to be adding Mevos on each basket for basketball games for high school and college sports. So for those of you who don't know Rob Munting on YouTube, he uses Mevos to do college sports, and it's pretty awesome. And I'm definitely curious to see the backboard view with the Mevos.
I didn't know that.
I think that'd be pretty awesome.
How'd you see that? Did you talk to him before? I've not seen Rob.
Yeah, Rob actually helps with some user testing. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, cool stuff. Good stuff. And then Juan is saying, sorry for all the questions. No worries.
Yeah,
don't have to say sorry. That's why we're here.
You know how many tickets don't happen because we do these? A lot.
Yeah. DJ Fudge, holler at us non-Americans a week before daylight savings time. DJ Fudge, just so you know, us Americans don't realize it's daylight savings time till about the minute before it turns daylight savings time. So
after we're late to work, either one.
That. Yeah. Well, my alarm goes off an hour early. That's when I realized.
My alarm's Alexa these days, so she kind of just adjusts it for me. She kind of just figured it was like it never happened. Yeah.
She takes
cool
care
deal.
of it.
So Jack said, oh no, that's talking to Jack. Okay, Fred, how do I become a user tester? All right, Fred. So just like, follow, subscribe on our Facebook groups if you're not part of them. We will be regularly posting our surveys to join the testing pool. So there's going to be a separate one for the Mevo testing pool, at least for the next test. But we will have a universal testing pool for all Logi-C products moving forward that should be public after the new year. Maybe sooner. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see here.
Rick is asking for presets in Multicam. I think it's a great idea as far as being able to set like graphics with shots, things like that. Definitely something that's come up before, Rick, but thanks for suggesting it.
Just as new features are always welcomed and wanted. Oh, I missed David's. Fred, how are you using your one camera? Assuming you had 3 starts going before, have you put the 4th in your working system? Yeah, I am curious as well, Fred. I guess I never asked you like how you use it. Do you use Multicam or do you use Streamlabs or something else? I'm curious. I think the most impressive thing about Mevo isn't the camera, it's the software. That's fair. That's a fair assumption. I mean that's a good take. Yeah. I'll take it.
I agree.
Yeah, it's absolutely. I mean, it makes it more flexible than a traditional camera you could just pick up somewhere. Tyrone says, "Is that available in Multicam?" I don't know what that is, unfortunately, because when you asked this question was 4 minutes ago. I don't know what we were talking about 4 minutes ago. Yeah. So DJ says, guys, please give us an option to choose a higher preview resolution Multicam. Just did a live stream and there was a smudge on one of the cameras and didn't notice until I was watching playback. So the reason we don't do this is because we're already taxing the mobile device significantly. I would just make sure you wash your cameras.
I mean,
wipe your cameras down.
That's just part of the check. That's a checklist. You know what I mean? Just wipe down your lenses and stuff like that.
All right, let's see here. Fred says, when connecting straight to Multicam, I'm assuming a network is being used. How is that different from NDI? So when you're using Multicam, there is a network. So you could either use the Mevo hotspot network or you can use local network. NDI is not a network type. NDI is a different protocol to communicate over the network. So, I mean, I guess technically the same way the Mevo connects to a mobile device and communicates over the network, it's just a different protocol than NDI. I guess that's really what it is. So like Zigbee is an option, but we have created, our team, not we, the software team and firmware team have developed their own Mevo protocol. So, I mean, I can't express how impressed I am with our team, especially when they did that. Leo says, maybe consider making a Logitech version of OBS. Your team could make it better, easier, and more usable. All right, Leo, I'm going to break it down. There is a Logitech version of OBS, and it is called Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs is a part of Logitech. But I would love to see, and hopefully we do see it in the future, I would like to see Mevo integrated more into Streamlabs. But, you know, I mean, we did it with Livestream Studio when we were part of Livestream and Vimeo. So I would love to see it continue with Streamlabs. DJ Fuzz says, I understand the reason behind the low res, but make it an advanced option. Sometimes I don't mind the delay in exchange for being able to properly see colors and ensure pictures perfect. That's fair. That's fair. And I finally got to the question. That's like 10 minutes away, or it feels like it was forever ago, 5 minutes ago. They want you to play something on piano, man. Let's do it.
Sure. All right.
Yeah, you go ahead and you let me know when you're ready. Yes.
Okay, ready? That's a C.
Oh, come on. Come on, you do it when you get prepped for the show. Oh, come on.
What, with this one?
Oh, jeez. What a classic. Yeah. Luckily, there's no words, but it's a good tune. That's a good one. I love it. All right, DJ.
Let me get us kicked off.
So, yep, there we go. There you go, Heine. There you go. Jason says, agents sounds very official. We are very official. We don't have badges or nothing, but we could work on. I mean, we kind of have badges. We could I want a shield though. We are very official. Jonathan, thanks guys. As always, work is a calling. All right, Jonathan, you're probably gone already. That's quite a bit ago, but hopefully you enjoy your day. DJ says, Melon is indeed a Logi Creators product. It is from our friends at Streamlabs, but I need to look into wireless webcam. I'm using Mac Mini M1. Yeah. NDI also works with the M1 as well.
Wireless. Let me double check. Wireless does work.
Yeah, exactly. No, it should. Wireless and NDI should both work. Mm-hmm. Okay. David says, I saw you lunch on your stash during the dramatic Zoom. I lunched on it?
No, your lunch.
Is it on my? I haven't even eaten. It's like 3 o'clock. I haven't even eaten lunch. Speaking of lunch, my lunch is apparently in the crock pot, and I've got 45 minutes left before I can eat. So, unfortunate. Charlie says, hi, Joe. You want to sell your Plus? I do not. We don't sell Mevo Plus even. I mean, every Mevo camera that I own is not mine. I bought my original Mevo camera and my only Mevo camera in 2017 or 18. As soon as the Mevo Plus was announced, I bought that because I had seen not the greatest reviews of the Mevo first gen. So when they fixed those things, that's how I was like, all right, we're done. We're good. Jason says, my Plus is still useful, but I never reach for it. The starts are perfect for both streaming and recording, at least until the next thing comes out. Totally agree. I completely agree.
Yeah. I mean, I reach for my Plus if I have a wide shot that I have to zoom into a little bit. You know what I mean? If I'm doing a stage shot and it's wider, that's when I'll reach for the Plus.
Yeah, I only use it for testing. Yeah, so like if someone's like, I'm having an issue with my Mevo Plus or Mevo First Gen, or if they're like, my Mevo app's having an issue, I'm like, I have to connect a camera. If it's an app issue, I need to connect a camera, and I've got that right in front of me. So, but the issue is, it's almost always dead. Like, it's almost always dead. Like, If you use it and then you don't plug it in, it's going to be close to dead the next time I need it. Whereas Amiibo Start, you charge it once and you can get a lot of testing out of that before you need to plug it in again. So, I mean, just from a CX standpoint. Jared says, Council of Joes. I didn't get my notification again that you were live. You should subscribe on YouTube and Twitch. Those will those never fail to announce. Facebook is questionable at best. DJ Mike, I definitely need to test that video playback if possible for outdoor shows. 100%. And I mean, you would absolutely have first dibs if you signed up probably for user testing. Jack says, how much? Oh, Jack sorry, man. Go ahead. No, I'm
I'll try.
I appreciate
it.
I could use a drink.
Jack just says, how much is the Mevo Plus and the extended battery pack for it? Unfortunately, Jack, the Mevo Plus and the Mevo Boost, which is the extended battery pack, is no longer.
Yep,
it is been discontinued.
No comebacks for that. The ones that we have remaining have all been handed over to hardware for further analysis for future potential products or troubleshooting. So, and there's not very many of those left either. we almost gave them away. I mean, we got close to doing some out of warranty stuff, and then I was like, you know what? I bet hardware would need these. And then lo and behold, that same week, they're like, can we get 5 Mevo boosts or something? I was like, yeah, we got it. I was like, we're just gonna give the rest to you. Jeff says yes, audio is off. I'm assuming he's talking to someone else. Fred here we go. Scroll. Charlie says, how many mic app devices can you use? 3. 3.
It used to be 1, but they unlocked that recently.
Love it. What's Mark saying? Hello, what are the default bit rates on 1080 and 720? Will Mevo Start adjust bit rate to network conditions? So it depends. If you're talking bit rate streaming directly from the Mevo app, 1080 is going to cap you at 6 megabytes per second. I think 720 is 3.5. Is going to be your highest cap. There's minimums as well. I don't have those off the top of my head. And then if you're asking for like NDI, those are going to be higher. You can get 15 megabytes per second for 1080 over NDI, and then 7.5 for 720 over NDI. Now, if you use HVEC, you knock those down in half, and you drop your 1080 to 7.5, and you drop your 720 to 3.5. I don't even know how I remember these anymore. It's just like
I was watching. Yeah, I'm looking at specs and you nailed it.
I'm just like pulling random, like, what is that one movie the dude's just got numbers flying all over his face, and he's just like, yeah, it's crazy. All right, Jack, we don't do private sales, so just a quick warning there. No private sales on the Mevo pages or groups. Fred the Hippo says, any suggestions for wireless mic and small wireless reviewer or receiver, I'm assuming, to plug into a Mevo? Rode Wireless Go. That is the popular one for Mevo products. Everyone loves them, or likes them. I don't know about loves them. I can't speak for everybody.
Yeah, it depends what you're looking for too. As far as affordability, I mean, love with the 3.5 millimeter input on the receiver will work. So just a matter of how good you want your audio to sound as far as the mic performance.
Boom. Johnny says, can't wait for the December 16th show. Us either. I just want to hang out and talk. Yeah, I hope you guys want to hang out. I want to see you guys do some Q&A too. Actually, I think I thought of another game while I was in doing tickets earlier. And I'll give you guys I'll give you a hint right now for watching. So like, one of the questions I think that'd be fun is, what do you think? I want to get the closest guesser for how many tickets each of us have done over our careers at Mevo. And I'll give you a hint for mine. Yeah.
Price is Right rules.
I'll give you a hint for mine. It is absolutely it's higher than 10,000, lower than 50,000.
The highest.
Okay, let's see here. I think Jared's on Twitch now. When did you guys all start working for Mevo? That's a good one too that you should all know. That's another good question we can add to that trivia. For me, it was February or March of 2019. I had interviewed for like, it feels like 8 months before that. But there were so many things going on. Livestream had just been purchased by Vimeo, and then Vimeo ended up selling it back to Mevo. And then, so like I interviewed like 3 times. And then when were you? You're over a year now, right?
Almost. I started literally like January 1st.
Right.
Almost. It was of this year. Yeah. So we're getting close to a year for me. And I think Will was about.
Yeah, his was like August of that same year. Wait.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe less than
August the year before, I guess, because if you're just beginning of the year. All right. Let's see here. Jack says, "What type of questions will be on the December 16th show?" Those are some ones that we've just made up on the fly. So let me write those down. Closest guess to tickets per agent. When did we start at Mevo? Yeah, there's some other really cool questions out there, and I don't want to ruin them all. But there's a lot of really cool questions about personal questions about us agents that we've discussed over time. There's some questions about the history of Mevo. There's some questions about troubleshooting, actually, which is comical. The history of some of the products. Yeah. So there's some it's going to be a lot of cool stuff. And then there's obviously like Logi bingo. So there's going to be places where like there are products. You're going to see like PoE on there, floor stand, table stand, case. You'll see other.
Don't give too much away.
It's bingo. It's not like they have to guess them. But there's a lot of cool stuff. There's going to be some fun stuff. Any updates on the giant 3-pack stands PoE? I've not heard any. I don't think any ground's been made on that. And I don't know if there's going to be. Simply because, I mean, I don't know. I think it just complicates things. So, for example, when we sell out of 3-packs, we can't sell single units as 3 for the same price. And then when we sell out of single cameras, we can't just break down a 3-pack and give you a single camera. So imagine if we had a giant bundle. And then like now we've got stands tied to things, and it complicates a lot. It's not logical. David Massey says Secret Santa. Isn't that the one where you all bring gifts for people? Like that's the.
Yeah, you don't know who it's from.
We're not that cute. Gift. All right, I'm gonna sprint through these if I can. There's a lot of conversation.
Yeah, so Jared on Twitch, he was saying that Facebook is having ingestion issues still, but Twitch is going strong as far as like the feed. So I guess there might have been some hiccups in Facebook, but Twitch is.
Yeah, Restream was telling me like they were still saying that they're getting too high of a bit rate. Mind you, my bit rates. Yeah, here it is. Your bit rate's out of recommended for Facebook, Twitch and YouTube. So it says all 3 of them. It's out of recommendation. I did 6. I did 6 megabytes per second, and it says it's hanging out at 63. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm looking down, and it says it's at 63. So I don't know why it's going above what I have it set at, but whatever. That's a problem for another time.
So Johnny asked, "What other Logitech products are complementary for Mevo?" So, a couple of things. Like the Blue Yeti, people can use the USB directly with the Mevo. You can plug it right in, which is great. I'm trying to think of what other Logi things that we would. I have a whole wall of Logi stuff over here. Let me see.
Did you already say the USB mics? All the USB mics are plug and play.
Yeah. All the USB mics, the headsets, Bluetooth headsets that they have, the gaming headsets you can connect to your device and use that as a monitor.
Yeah, lots of cool stuff.
There's some lighting things
let me see.
That's available.
I've got stuff everywhere at this point. Oh, here we go. So I've got some like Lytra Pro lights. So if you like get a cold shoe mount or something off of a 3D printed one or anything, these lights are super solid. They've got battery packs in them, so you can power them up. These are from Lytra. Mine are dead, of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? What I'm trying to show. Lots of really cool. Yeah, so there really is tons of stuff. Yeah, this one's dead too. Oh, Echo, relax, my friend. Maybe Echo will come hang out with us for the Christmas show too. Bring him on if he's feeling better. I'll let you out in a bit, bud. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna sprint through these real quick, and then we're gonna wrap things up. All right. So what we got here? I think I skipped a bunch, but here we go. DJ Mike says I can definitely use a Yeti X for one mic outdoors XLR and USB interviews. We'll be watching. Yeah, no, the Yeti X it's great. All the Blue mics are awesome. DJ Fuzz says lavalier mic though. Not sure if that's what you. Oh, he's talking to someone else. There's the Facebook ingestions. There's the one thing. Jared says, why don't you guys use Indie iBridge for one of the shows? Because it was not released for a hot second, and I'm not sure if it is yet for both Windows and Mac. And I know Joseph's using a Mac, so Once it's ready, we'll absolutely give it a run. We're not ones to shy away from trying something new. We've tried so many things to make this work. Jeff says, I notice when I watch your live on YouTube, the stream is always good, no cutting. But when I catch it on Facebook, there's a lot of cutouts. Is this just a Facebook thing? Yes, it is. Any way to fix this? No, there's not. It's a sad thing, man. Like you've got to it's a variable that people really need to take in consideration. Facebook's the most popular platform. Unfortunately, it's probably the most unstable platform. Fred the Hippo says, awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Fred, for tuning in. DJ Fuzz, any chance of a Mevo product with a tracking capability, as in a camera with a gimbal that physically tracks you? Maybe.
Well, I mean, finding faces tracks.
Yeah, but he wants the camera to like literally follow you.
Like PTZ.
Yeah. There are some cameras out there, but I mean, that would be kind of cool. Ben says, how do I get on the user testing?
Would be awesome.
Make sure you keep an eye out on the Facebook groups. And I think, go ahead.
Yeah. So for user testing, yeah, we'll put out a blast on the Facebook group with an invitation once it's ready to go. Once we're ready to kick that off. Yep. So just keep an eye on that.
Yep. Jared says, ever thought about throwing a small GPS pinpoint chip on the board just in case if you leave it at your streaming location? No, but I've never forgotten my $400 camera.
The little tile for that.
I've never forgotten my $400 product behind. Yeah. I mean, I'm usually glued to my products that I have. I could see the use case, but at the same time, it would be expensive. It'd be expensive for the amount of times it'd probably be used. I mean, I'm sure it'd be used, but like imagine like the price point of the product would just shoot up to add a GPS chip or something.
There's a lot for GPS chips.
Fred says, I've been using OBS with NDI. Love it. Mark says, how much bandwidth does NDI use? It could use up to 15 megabytes per second. It could use as low as, I don't know exactly the lowest number. I only pay attention to 720. After that, it's a wash. But yeah, you can absolutely, it's 15, 7.5, and then, did you see him? He just kind of like, just ran in here. Like I said, he's not feeling well, so he's just like, okay. All right, let's see here. Completely unrelated at all. Do you know a back way to get NDI downloaded from NDI tools? We filled out the form with multiple emails, not received an email. No, unfortunately, I don't know of any. I would not trust downloading it anywhere except from where they send it. Yeah.
NDI. And it's also, I don't think it's ndi.com/tools. It's newtech.com/NDI/tools or something like that, right?
Yep.
So you might be on the wrong site.
Jared says, I like slobs when it was free to multi-stream. Unfortunately, multi-destination takes resources. It's not sustainable to be free for any company. David says, gifts for all of us on December 16th. The gift is the you get to hang out with us. That's the gift. You get the opportunity to win some free stuff. And I'm telling you, I'm looking at probably 5 to 10 things that we could probably give away. So come hang out. Leo says, I would use Multicam if it would record on the camera's chip. Oh, and speaking of that, December 16th, I'm not telling you if you won until it's over. You've got to stick around. I'm not going to let you win a camera and then bounce. That's not going to happen. All right, so Leo says, I would use Multicam if it would record on the camera's chip. It does, just not the full thing. It does ISO recording to each micro SD card. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not possible, or else, I mean, we've definitely discussed it. We actually talked about it again yesterday. It's just not possible to do the actual output of the program selections. DJ says, classics on the keyboard. Classic on the keyboard there, Joe. I love it. What'd I do? Oh, you on the keyboard.
No. It's me. On the keys. On
Ben
the
says, we don't need no stinking badges. Yes, we do. Weird I can't post links in Twitch. I don't know. That is weird. Juan says, last question, guys. I promise, can I run my live stream from OBS with Wi-Fi connected to Facebook and still add my Mivos to the same network via Ethernet? Yes. David says, what superhuman power would each of you have and why? Mevo internals.
Hold on. Just go back to Juan for a second. Plug your computer in through Ethernet. If you have the option to plug your Mevo cameras through, I'm sure you could run another line to your computer. Because that'll just help you out tremendously.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to sprint through this so I can let him out before he gets sick.
I know. I just want to make sure.
All right. David says, what superhuman power? I would probably pick speed. I watch The Flash. What about you? Yep.
Superhuman power? I want to
genius. You get 3. Then you can have 3 superpowers. That's a cheat. All right. John says, is there an app for wireless PC yet? I thought I saw a beta. Wireless webcam mode is on PC and on Mac. If you're asking if we're putting a Mevo app or Multicam app on either of those devices, no. Tyrone says, I love Rode Wireless Go-Tos. Yes. I love the fact that I can still use my Mevo Plus with new software. Yes, Gordon. It's awesome that you can still do that. We still see first gens out there. Pastor Egwen says, can I record with Mevo, then post later? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely you can. Gordon says, Rode Wireless Go is great. Yes. DJ Mike says, question for 1216. DJ, who's outdoors with Mevo? That's fair. We could do some who's been seen in ads. Juan says, would you guys be interested in sponsoring our studios and programming that is coming? Who would I speak to? You can go to help.mevo.com and we can send you a form for consideration. Mind you, that form is simply for consideration. It does not guarantee a response. So basically, you're putting yourself into a pool that could potentially be selected in the future. Unfortunately, I can't give you much more guidance than that. Fred says, can you make Mevo mounts? Define Mevo mounts. Are you talking about the 3D printed ones? Or are you talking about the threaded adapters? Jared says, do 5 megabytes per second. It will calm it down. Calm what down?
I think there's some side conversations coming up.
Can you control the outgoing bitrate? No, you can select the resolution. Actually, you can in Multicam, right? Multicam, it tells you the bitrate. And Mevo 2.0, it only shows you the resolution, but there are bitrates that are linked to them. You just don't see them. I can't see that setting in my Mevo start. Depending on what app you're using, you go to help.mevo.com. Let us know what application you're using. We can provide you a link to show you where it's at. Frank says, have you addressed the impact of Logitech upon Mevo? We hope it will enhance Mevo. I think it will absolutely enhance Mevo. I think it already has 100%. Yeah. Fred the Hippo, Black Friday Mevo sales. I can't tell you because I don't know. I do know, but I don't know. Let me find out if I can get details on that for Tuesday or next Thursday. And I can give you a heads up. Ben says, no, that's to somebody else. Pivo has a pan and tilt Kickstarter currently. I bet we could see it adapted to hold the start for after the first. Yeah, I've seen the Pivo. I thought it still holds a quarter 20, so it would hold the Mevo. I don't know how else it would integrate though. TJ says, yeah. Sorry, maybe it was asked, but will there be a Multicam and NDI to work with OBS? Yes, Multicam has been announced that there will be an NDI output and input. So, yes, great question, TJ. And I'm sorry if I'm going fast, guys. We are over an hour, so we're trying to sprint through this without leaving people behind. All right, TJ says sorry for my English. No problem, not a problem at all. Juan says yes, there's a way to fix it. Okay, Ben, I have an idea. You guys are just crazy. Mevo accessories would be cool, like a case, camera cover. There is a Mevo case. As far as the camera cover, I mean, that's kind of the cover or the case, but similar to the 3D printed ones, like a hard case. I mean, ours is like a semi-hard case. And then we've got one who says, we need Multicam on PC or Mac, guys. Thank you and your blessings. So Multicam is meant to be for mobile devices. If you want to use something on a computer, then you can use Streamlabs OBS and bring in via NDI. There's so many options out there for software switching for cameras already that accept NDI and accept our Mevo cameras that there's really no reason for us to recreate the wheel there. But on mobile devices, that's where we make our headway for Mevo. Cool. Awesome. Thank you all so very much. I'm going to go through this all one more time. Sorry for sprinting through that, but if you haven't signed up for our referral program, go to mevo.com/referral, save somebody 5% and earn yourself 5% commission on each referral that you get. We also have shows. If you liked our show today, you can come check us out on Tuesdays and for Ask Mevo Anything. It'll be one of us, and I believe I'm also doing next Tuesday to relieve, I think Will was doing it, but he's doing user testing. So I think I'm doing it now, which is fine. So come hang out with me on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, it'll be Joseph and I again. That's 3 Thursdays in a row. We'll have our giveaway as well. So come check us out, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube at Mevo Camera. So once again, thank everybody. We appreciate you. We're at an hour and 10 minutes, which is beyond our hour that we usually do. But you guys have been wonderful. And yeah, hopefully, I don't know, maybe I could bring Echo on Tuesday, Jared. Who knows? We'll see. But thank you all for tuning in. You're gonna bring your dog? We'll do a shift.
Yeah, why not? Real quick before we go, TJ, just because he was so nice, ask the next question. You can't do NDI more than one Mevo. That is false. you can absolutely do NDI with more than one Mevo.
Yeah, it's false.
Just wanted to make sure that.
Actually, I did a Zoom call this weekend on our time off. One, customers never get me on Zoom. It's very rare. Two, it was a weekend. I wasn't even working. But I ended up on one because some user was saying something about they were using NDI with one and then webcam mode with the other. And then I'm like, I need you to explain this to me because you could just do NDI with both. And they're like, no, you can't. They thought that wireless webcam mode was NDI. So that's kind of what these shows are about, is education. And that's what we hope to do with the Logi shows moving forward. Once we execute those, we want to educate our users on the differences, the technologies, and the ways they can work together. So, anyways, thank you all again for tuning in. Thanks for joining Joseph and I. Until Tuesday, I think it's with me. I'm almost positive it's with me. Until Tuesday, we will see you all then. Thanks.